That's to break the law. They really asked me to do this. Anyway, forget about it. Who cares? Break the law. Chief to break the law. Oh, this is Cuomo on prime time. Chief to break the law. Border Patrol, sanctuary cities seem to be talking about it nowadays. And break the law. And you know, you take that position where you say if immigration is from a Southeast Asian standpoint to where Mexico is on a locale, you take the equation, and you take the polarization of you actually just take these variables, right? You take these factors. Southeast Asian immigration, Mexican immigration, location of Mexico and Central America, location of Southeast Asian Asia, with demographic labor statistics, and you say to yourself, what is it that makes the predisposition of, say, a Filipino American to be so fearful of the police, if you will? Not fearful, but like so subordinated by them. What it is an example is that in Mexico you just get sent back to Mexico. You don't have to go overseas. You understand that like that. Okay, then maybe it's a scapegoat or not. No, but it is not a scapegoat. Maybe overseas and stuff like that. But if you feel like the jail systems and say, well, you're asking like a question that's made for like Ferdinand Marcos, I think that's his name, to a person, the average Joe like me, that's more powerful, no portfolio, to say, why is it that Uri Carr is in the jail? I don't know. I mean, Filipinos don't last beyond 3 generations. So I mean, and they let into the society. So you keep it at a brand new label to say, you look at us, the police, even as a security guard. Look, the police. I had a radio, and such and such. So they say, oh, well, officially, I mean, so what is it you're saying? So, break the law. In what way break the law? And so you just saying you just break the law. Okay, so what? You break the law. You go to jail, you break the law. Isn't that the standard? What is so difficult about not wanting to go to jail? What is so difficult about understanding that not wanting to go to jail? That not being set up to go to jail? Okay, so what is so difficult to understand that? What is so difficult about understanding that jail society, incarceration is institutionalization? Is that? And so it's not break the law. It means like, how many times can you say we want to indict you to breach and such? You're just bringing it back to 2015. If the two Sudanese from fucking no fucking citizenship said what do you call it took a swing, then of course I would have got mine in, regardless of who was jumping on me after that, which was about 20 some odd people, right? So regardless, I would have got my shot in. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and get bait myself into some type of diabetes fling to get stomped into the ground by 20 some odd people at the same time, to where the police can say, oh no, I mean he didn't take a swing, so even if he did, we squared up anyways, he didn't. And the other dude, you know what I'm saying, other dude left before I can get out and do what handle what I didn't want to do. So what are you talking? So you want to continually charge that and say, well, it's a haircut, and say, hey, you know what? We're just gonna, this is gonna be this is the way. So what do you want me to say? What is it that you want me to say? You're basically adding more weight to press somebody down to say when you do. So when and if you do this thing, oh, you know what? This is exactly what we did not want you to do. Okay, so if you say a Spanish-American War and there's a complete fisting in a Spanish-American War, Filipino-American War after that, if it's an institutionalization, if the Philippines came from Madagascar, the only Southeast Asian country came from Madagascar, if that's the case, then what is it? Who is it? In my representation to say, oh, well, we don't like to go to jail and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? if you take your risks at a young age and you try to branch out and you take your risks and say, I don't want to be stuck at a job I'm bored at. I want to try something else, even though I might be numb in the brain or still or something like that. You know, you want to go another route. Then you're gonna take those bids. You're gonna take those bids. You lucky enough to get snagged up in such a case or not? I said not lucky enough. So it's just a circle around, like talking up to an official, like, you know, what is it? So it's like saying, you get hit and run, right? Someone rear ends you. You sit up here, and someone looks at your, tapes you on the phone, and then the police turns around and says, "We're gonna charge you with a hit and run." Are you not spreading somebody thin in that situation? So what are you basically saying? Unlawful and inhumane. You stick somebody like me, a natural-born citizen, into a sanctuary city and expect to be some type of a relic or some type of a person to absolve all matters, all critical matters. Then what are you asking? What are you asking in terms of, like, saying you're above the law? I didn't say I was above. And you're saying me to, in turn, incriminate myself further to be like, oh, you know what? We're gonna pin you down even further. I might as well be in China, stomp down this one. I feel like I'm in Beijing right now, standing right side up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm press harder. You know what I'm saying? And if it was incarcerated, where's this government gonna be at? Nowhere.
I can't believe the Democrats haven't jumped this opportunity.
So I wouldn't say
President thought defense would be the fix. It isn't.